Hey everybody, we're back. We're just going to do this the old-fashioned way with one camera so that you guys could hear us clearly, and we focus more on the audio so the sound is a lot better, and so you guys see things more clearly and hear things more clearly. So again, my big apologies. This technology is just overwhelming. It's not really good at the moment, so we're just going to go just with the webcam with better sound so you could hear us clearly through the microphones, and also so we could better interact with you guys.
Right.
So let's just worry about the sound, like with these microphones and one camera, and when the technology catches up and gets better, we'll go back to having the multiple camera thing.
Right.
So I hope that sounds fair, and again, I do apologize, but welcome back, everybody.
Yes,
Hi, everybody.
How you guys doing
I
out
see
there?
Dave has come online, Virginia, thank you so much. I'm hired back.
Really? Huh?
Thank you, Virginia. Appreciate that.
And just think, Virginia, I was here early.
It's not his fault. It's all my fault. You could blame me all on this. And he pointed out the fact that this was completely 100% my fault. But what I'm going to do, too, for everybody is I'm going to go ahead and record on these three cameras so that we could upload a better video later of us doing the same show. We'll see how that works.
Right.
But welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and roll the intro again, and let's bring it back, and let's get started.
Yep.
We're going right into the intro. Here we go. The following feature presentation is part of the AllForSciFi podcast network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you.
No, I am your father.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I'll be back. If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Hey, motherfucker. It's a trap.
Crap.
It's a trap, everybody.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one.
The needs of the few.
Yes. Hi, Virginia. You just shared it on the AllForSciFi page. I did as well, so it's both up. But maybe I'll cancel mine. You're always on top of things.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
Much more better.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Get away from her!
Never.
Wait a minute, Doc.
Hey, thank you very much,
You're
Kevin.
telling me you built a time
I spent a lot of
machine?
time editing this intro.
Yes.
Out of a
Out
DeLorean?
of a DeLorean?
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
Goodbye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stop saying that!
I see dead people.
So what?
Yes.
Said that.
Why so
Yes, I said
serious?
that. I don't know why you're so serious.
I volunteer! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute.
Would you volunteer for your sister?
Sure. We're home.
I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I'm one with the Force.
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Walker, and welcome to the AllForSciFi podcast. Today is September 7th, and we're recording this in the lovely, beautiful community of Woodland Hills, California. And guess what? Sitting behind me is...
Captain Rickster. How's
Hey,
everybody
everybody.
out there?
Hey, yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
And I'm doing that smacking thing again, I noticed. I just did it right now.
Yes, I heard.
One of the benefits of doing a live show
You
is
smack.
Eric Walker smacks. I do that, and I say yeah and and so. I use the word so a lot. So I do all those things. But I'm learning, and I've noticed that as I'm editing these episodes, because we do edit these episodes because we're on Facebook and we condense them and we make them for a podcast, I noticed that it's getting better every week.
Yes, it is.
So I'm doing less editing, so there you go.
Yes.
And by the way, Kevin says, hi, Captain Rickster.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
And Eddie Bond also says, hey, turn to the dark side of the Force.
We try to.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. This week, we're talking about the Netflix show Better Than Us, but we're still buzzing about D23.
Oh, heavens, yes.
The Disney Expo, and more stuff gets announced every week. More stuff is coming out of that expo. I can't believe it.
Yes, it is.
Wow, that was just a great expo. The latest thing that everybody's really hyped about is the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel.
Right, they are.
That the Disney Parks and Recreation. And we talked a little bit about that, but how exciting is it going to be to ride the shoot off into space and then take a cruise in outer space?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And not only that, you might get caught up in this adventure that's going on, and they're going to have like some of the Star Wars characters show up, and they're going to have other aliens on board interacting with you.
Right.
Can you imagine what that's going to be like? It's what we all thought Galaxy's Edge was going to be like, and so far in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland in Florida, we've gotten some of that, but not too much. We see Chewbacca there, and we've seen Rey. And occasionally we see the Resistance spy.
Mm-hmm.
That
yes.
The reason why the First Order stormtroopers are there is because of that. So we see them
all
there.
the time.
And it's just so Galaxy's Edge is exciting, but this is really going to be much more of a real immersion into the Star Wars universe. You're going to be on this ship. It's 2 days and 2 nights.
Right.
I wonder how much that's going to cost. How much would you pay? Everybody out there listening to this podcast and everybody on Facebook, how much would you pay for that experience?
I might pay $1,000.
$1,000 a day?
No.
Or $1,000 for the cruise?
$1,000 for the cruise.
So for 2 nights and 2 days, you would pay $1,000.
Right.
How much is a regular cruise on the ocean here? What does that run right now?
Depends where you're going. I know you can get them for, I don't know, around $500, $600, $700.
Okay. And how many days is that usually? Is that like the short one, like 3 or 4 days or something?
I think 5 days is like $700, but I know it's like $1,100 or $1,200 to go from here to Hawaii and back.
Oh, I've wanted to go on a cruise, but I never have. But this is going to be like that. You're going to be, what they're going to do is from the hotel, not from the hotel, but from Disneyland in Florida or wherever they're building the hotels. I only know about the one that's going to happen in Florida so far. You check in, and then you go into outer space. You go on this like shuttle that takes you to the big Star Cruiser. It's called the Echelon, I believe the name of it is.
Echelon, yes.
And it's just going to be really immersive. And I don't know, Kevin says online that Disney probably will charge the price of your soul.
That's probably true, yes. And probably want your kids also, which I would gladly give to them. So,
You would give your kids?
Of
okay.
course I would.
I wouldn't give my kids.
Just have a peaceful vacation.
I think I would pay, you said you would pay $1,000 for like the 2 days and 2 nights.
I would.
I would be willing to pay at least $1,000 a day.
Okay.
Maybe my top amount would be, depending on what status you have, like if you're a VIP, if that gets you more status, you could pay more. Maybe they should do that. Hey, Disney, if you're listening, maybe have, just like on a regular cruise ship or on regular planes, have a first class, second class, someone that will work for free, like Captain Rickster.
Like the immigrants.
Whether you'll be stored below and you'll be in bunks.
Else,
yeah. that would be you would work for travel, for food, right?
I get that right, yes. Okay. I would.
So do that, Disney. Make it like have different levels. But I think the top I would pay would be $1,500. I think
That's still not too bad.
Yeah, for the whole trip, $3,000 to have a great immersive experience.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad.
That's kind of what a family's paying for now. When they do a Disneyland, like an Epcot Center thing,
yes.
they're spending like $3,000 to $5,000 for a whole family to go on vacation there. So
that's true. Very true.
So yeah, I think that would be great. I would spend $1,500. Captain Rickster would pay $500 a day. I guess $1,000 he said, or he'll work for food.
I work for food. Yes, definitely work for food.
Yeah. So did we get a date that they were going to do that when it was coming out sometime in the next couple of years? We need to check the dates on that.
I think it comes out I think it's supposed to be done by 2021.
Oh, okay.
In Florida. I don't know about LA area, but I do know in Florida area it's supposed to be
Let's
2021.
let's check that stuff out and figure it out. But also a lot came out about DisneyPlus. And you see I am holding
Disney pin.
DisneyPlus. I'm part of the Founders Circle.
Yep.
Which means that at the D23 Expo, by going there, they allowed you to sign up at a reduced rate. I think it came to like a little under $4. It was $3 and some change every month. So that was that. So I bought it.
Yes,
So I'm a Disney founder. So I actually have already paid for the first 3 years of their service, and they announced a lot of new programming, but it probably would take me 3 years just to watch all the old program.
True, very true.
Not counting the new stuff. Kevin says they better come up with Star Trek engineers.
Star Trek.
Yeah, he said Star Trek. Yeah, maybe
should be Star Wars.
Well, we're talking about Star Wars, Kevin, but we love Star Trek too.
Yeah,
I think that I think they had a thing in Las Vegas with Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek convention here in Vegas.
No, not the convention.
Yeah.
They had a Star Trek experience where you could go.
Okay.
It was immersive, and you could go. It was at the Hilton Hotel.
Oh, okay.
And you could go there, and you could be a part of all of that. It was in Las Vegas in the 90s.
Oh, okay. 90s,
you were able to. They had a casino. I think they had a Corks bar.
Right.
And they had this whole experience. That my cousin Anthony James White, who was sometimes he's watching, but he also did some voiceover work on my Tangier Dream CD when we're talking about the timekeeping stuff on my music CD. That's my cousin, by the way, Anthony James White.
Okay.
And he is a big Star Trek fan. He is definitely a Trekkie. And I think he went. Also, we got some merchandise, by the way. Have you guys noticed the hats? Yes. We're wearing our new hats,
yes.
AllForSciFi. So they're not on the website for sale yet, but we're going to have these hats on the website for sale. We'll also give some away for everybody as well. We'll do some sort of maybe a trivia, a contest or something, and whoever answers it right, and we'll put their names in a basket, and whoever gets picked that answers the questions right could get an AllForSciFi hat for free, and we'll send it out to you guys. We also got buttons too, AllForSciFi.com.
Yep.
So, and these are really cool. So we're going to be sending these out as well. These we're going to give away. So if we ever see you in person, we're going to give you a free button. And also we have a card as well.
Yes.
I wanted to take the time before we continue to move forward to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors for AllForSciFi, and that's Order 66 Toys. Order 66 Toys is in the Dallas area. They're in Allen, Texas. So if you're in the Dallas community or near there, be sure to stop by Order 66 Toys. Order 66 Toys was the first all Star Wars toy store in the nation and the largest. That's all they have there, folks. Star Wars toys.
They just celebrated their 9th anniversary, too.
That's right. They just had their 9th anniversary, and so they've had a lot of specials. They also have a Facebook group, so be sure to, on Facebook here, go to type in Order 66 Toys and follow them, because every Friday night they have one of the best Friday night sales. Not only that, but their comedy is great.
That's true.
Their banter back and forth between Robbie and Josh is just cracks me up every night, every Friday night. And
Yes.
I'm not there every Friday night, but I've gotten a lot of stuff from them. They really have some great specials. As you could see behind me, I've gotten some really good stuff from Order 66
From them,
Toys.
yes.
Thank you, Virginia. Virginia went ahead and posted the link. So
Good.
those of you watching, if you look in the comments here, you could click and go to Order 66 Toys and join. And also, don't forget to join our Facebook page.
That's definitely true.
Because eventually we're not going to be broadcasting from this personal Eric Walker channel. We're going to be on All4Sci-Fi. So to find us, we're here on Facebook, and it's All4Sci-Fi. One word, type it in, and then go and click like or follow us on Facebook. Be sure to especially subscribe to us on YouTube, because that is where a lot of cool stuff is going to be happening in the next few months, is on our YouTube channel.
That's right.
Not only that, we post our podcast there, so the edited version of today's show, which will have music behind it, and I cut out all my smacking and my and so, and I cut out all that stuff. And go to our All4Sci-Fi YouTube page and click subscribe. We just hit over 600 subscribers.
Yes, we have, which is
So
great.
we're growing really big there, and we got a lot of videos that we've been, like this D23 that we're talking about, we took a ton of videos, and we're still
Yes.
working on them. We'll have some of the first ones up next week. I know we promised this week, but we got too busy. But next week, we're going to have lots of videos from that, and also Galaxy's Edge. We're going to have lots of videos from there, building a lightsaber, discovering the different, kyber crystals that you could get.
Yep.
And one of the things I ordered, in some news this week, we found out that these kyber crystals, did you know that they have a
code
on each of these? Thank you, Captain Rickster. I
You're
can't
welcome.
speak today. They all have a code, and if you have an RF reader and writer, you could, if you know the code for the different kyber crystals, you could reprogram these. So I ordered, guess what? I ordered an RF reader and writer. So I'm going to, in a few weeks, I think it's scheduled to come next week. So maybe next week, it looks like a gummy bear, says Virginia. So next week, I'm going to probably have the RF reader and writer, and I'll show you how to change these. I just picked up a green one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how to change it. So there's 17 different kyber crystals, 17. And they don't label which one is inside the canister. They come in these canisters. They don't label that, so you never know which one you're going to get, which is terrible. I mean, if there's 17 and you're trying to get all of them, what if you keep getting duplicates? Eventually, how many are you going to have to buy? Like 50 of them? And they're 14. They just raised the price. It used to be $11.99. Now they're $14. So it's just crazy. So we have a fix for that. And I hate to say it, Disney, but the gluttony is not good, and we're going to make it so we could not have to buy 45 of these to get the 17 crystals.
That's right.
And also the new one, the new red, in the new red ones, they make it so you can't see through them. In the past, everybody was trying to get the black one, but now they've changed it so that you can't see inside the case. Now they put a piece of paper there. Let me show you guys what they did. This is the new one, the newer ones. See it? And you can't see through them. You used to be able to shine a light and see through them. Now you can't, because what they did was, let me see how long this takes. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. What they did was they put this black piece of paper. Look. They rolled up a black piece of paper and put it in there so you can't see inside the kyber crystal. So now you cannot see, take a light and shine it, and that sucks. So they're trying to stop people from doing it. But you know what? We got a fix for all of this, Disney.
That's right.
We're going to just read and write our own. And also, what some people discovered was there is an orange lightsaber.
Yep, that's right.
An orange lightsaber, wouldn't that be so cool? And a teal one that they didn't release. So obviously they're going to be announcing some new stuff coming up here in the next couple of years with that.
Yeah, the rumors are already out that they're going to bring in new lightsabers and new carbon crystals, maybe this coming next year.
Yeah, that Savi's workshop is
Yeah.
going to have different ones that you could build, and that's fine. I don't mind that. That was a great experience, building the lightsaber.
Yep.
So, okay,
Still got 3 more to go
yeah, that's true.
to get to 5.
Well, there's 5 new. There's 5. What he's talking about, just so everybody understands, is at Savi's workshop where you build the lightsabers. They have 5 different ones you could build.
Right.
And he knows that I already have 2.
That's right.
So I only have
3 more to go.
3 more to go, and then I have all of them. The ones I have right now are the elemental and the protection and defense lightsaber, the 2 I have. Because I know sometimes I turn to the dark side, but I'm kind of a light side guy most of the time.
Don't believe that
But
one.
sometimes the darkness comes out, and I become this evil person.
Amen on that one.
You're agreeing with me too much today, Captain Rickster. We're going to have to talk about this. Yes, Kevin just said on Facebook, Ultra Saber. Yes, Ultra Saber makes them, by the way. If in case other people didn't realize this, I found this out already, Kevin, that Ultra Sabers make all the lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge. So if you want to look at some really cool ones, they have some designs that are not even at Galaxy's Edge. So definitely go there, yeah, and check them out. They're wonderful. I've been looking at Ultra Sabers.
Right,
They're
yes.
really good. So thank you for mentioning it, Kevin. And hi, Sheldon. Sheldon just joined us. So hi there, Sheldon. So we're still talking about D23, and here I am smacking again.
Yes.
That's a bad habit.
But it was very amazing to go there and be there. Especially the live action show we saw for Aladdin.
You're still buzzing about that
Oh, yeah.
Aladdin.
I went last night and I saw Aladdin again.
The movie?
The movie.
Okay.
And then it's a live action movie, by the way, not the animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it brought back some memories when I was at D23 and I saw the Aladdin. I saw all the Aladdins there, include the oldest one to the newest one.
Right.
And a couple of the singers were there who actually did the original music for Aladdin. And then I wish we could have seen more of Jasmine, but we only saw 1 or 2, if I remember right.
Yeah, well, Naomi Scott wasn't there, and Naomi Scott is the new Jasmine and the live-action Aladdin. And when we were at D23, we went. They had an Aladdin show at D23, and they were doing the Broadway musical version of Aladdin.
Right.
And they were performing live there, all the dancing and everything. And as they were doing that, we had how many? Almost all the Aladdins were there.
I thought all of them
Even
were there.
except for even Mina Masood was there.
He was there, yes.
He showed up, the
He
live
showed
action
the
one.
last one, yes. He was the last one there. He showed up.
But the Jasmines didn't all show up, just like the cartoon Jasmine was there.
Yeah.
And then a couple of the ones that played Jasmine in the musical was there, the
But
singing ones.
You need to go see it because Will Smith really puts no stop to his music on this new Aladdin. I mean, I'm not discrediting Robert Williams or anything, but
No, he's the king.
because he is the king of it. But this one is actually really good for
Well,
a live action show. And
what Will
the
Smith,
music is good.
what Will Smith did with this Aladdin was try not to play the genie.
We try not to copy Robin Williams.
That's right.
what we try
That's
not
what
to
I
do.
meant. He didn't try to do the comedy and everything else, and he made the genie also more human-like.
Right.
Because and unlike the cartoon, this genie falls in love,
Yes, he does.
so he becomes more human at the end.
At the end.
And that was a great approach. Disney did everything right when they did this Aladdin one, and I was really concerned. And even in the behind the scenes stuff, Will Smith said he was scared to do it because.
Very scared to do it. Yes.
But they did it the right way. We love.
Oh yeah.
We love the new Aladdin, and it was great to see. They had the guy who did the choreography for the movie.
Well, both of them were there actually.
Yeah. And they came out and they did the dancing live on stage with like 10 or 15 dancers, and they were all dancing in sync. Speaking of in sync, I love their music too.
Yeah.
Wish they would get back together.
Yes, that'd be good.
But don't think that's going to happen.
You said it at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, even the dancing, the choreography, even in the movie itself, it is really awesome. Especially when they say it's over with and they come back and they do some more dancing even at the end of the movie.
Yes.
And I wish myself, I'm old now, well, not really that old, but I wish back then I could learn how to dance like what they do, you know. But yeah, you know.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself, Captain Rickster. You know, you can't live. You know, it's whatever your life is was meant to be.
That's definitely
and
true.
coming back to Facebook Live, Sheldon has been talking about that. Yes, Sheldon, Ultra Sabers has a Disney contract, so
Yes,
that
they
is
do.
the Ultra Sabers.
Yeah.
I can confirm that, and I spoke with some of the cast members there, and one of the ones told me that it was Ultra Sabers.
Yeah. And they're exclusive, only to Disney.
They're
only
exclusive,
Disney World.
correct. So, yeah, so we love the new Aladdin, and one of the things we were going to do today, too, is we were going to do a recap. So that's our recap of Aladdin.
Right.
We're going to go back and talk about all the movies so far in 2019 that we reviewed. After we do the Better Than Us one, we'll go ahead and start talking about all the movies. And Captain Rickster, he's so excited about Aladdin, he talked about that one.
Also, too, we also D23. They're also putting out the new Avengers headquarters.
Yes, one of the biggest announcements was
Yes.
the Avengers campus.
Yes.
And the Avengers campus is going to be, they're going to have one here in California, in LA. They're going to have one in Hong Kong,
They'll have
one in Paris.
That's it.
Was that it?
It's just those three.
I thought it was 4.
No, just the three. That's because that's what we're talking about. They might be more because I see there's more news about that.
Right.
The camp is coming out, so might be more on that as time goes on. We'll have to wait and see.
Right. So what they're doing is they're building all this stuff for Avengers, and they rolled that out at D23,
Yes,
and that
they
was
did. Awesome.
that was really cool to know that they're really doing it up there. And here in California, the Avengers campus is going to be at California Adventure.
Right. Yeah. Kids side, unfortunately.
Right. That's
But
okay.
adults can still go see it. There's no nothing you can.
Well, you got to put it somewhere, and they put Star
That's
Wars
true.
over at Disneyland. So where are they going to put stuff for Marvel?
I don't know.
They're also doing all that Marvel stuff
Yeah, it's true. Right.
as well. They're
Right.
spending like an extra 14-15 million.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, the Avengers campus is going to be a new theme park. It's coming out in 2020.
Right. That's when it should be done, or it should be. It's when they start. One of the two.
No, that's when it's going to be done. It's
Oh,
coming
done,
out, and
okay.
that's why I announced it. They announced it then too, but the Avengers campus is coming out it's going to be here at Disney California Adventure, which I mentioned earlier,
Right.
in summer of 2020. It's going to be in Hong Kong, Disneyland in 2023. It's going to be at Walt Disney Studios Park in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Though you're right, it's going to be in those 3.
That's it. So that's what I thought. They may do more later on to see how popular it becomes. Just have to wait and see.
Right.
So, what can I say? I mean, I just only what I hear.
Yeah, well, that was the big thing, and they were showing how the campus is laid out and how they're going to have all these different sections. Like one section's going to be for the guy that does the Doctor Strange guy.
Oh yeah, it's his own little sanctuary.
He's going to have his section for that type of stuff, the fantasy and witchcraft type stuff. Then they're going to have another. They're going to have in all these different sections.
Yeah, like 7 or 8 different sections.
Yeah, right. So which is the way they should do it. They should have each one to be different.
Right.
So, and Tony Stark is a big part of it. What was cool is when we were there at D23, they had all this laid out, and they had these video walls.
Oh yeah.
And you know how when we would watch the movie, Avengers or any of that stuff, when Tony Stark was in his headquarters, he would do like this with the different things to move it around.
Yeah.
And what was cool was you could do that.
Yes. It was
There,
neat.
they had those video walls, and you were able to like move things around like you're designing something, and that was just
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah, and some of the things people made was kind of funny too, but it was awesome also.
Yes, everybody's talking about the Tron coaster
Right.
that's coming. Yes, that looks really insane. I agree, everybody, Sheldon and Bob and everybody.
Can't wait to get on that ride.
Right.
See if I go insane.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Probably.
I'll take you on that ride.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're excited about all that stuff, and Disney's doing things right. I mean, yeah, there's some hiccups here or there, guys, but we can't complain because they're giving us a lot of stuff that we want. And another big thing that happened out of D23, and we'll get into the review, which is why some of you came here for Better Than Us on Netflix. And we'll get into an in-depth review as well. The Mandalorian trailer.
Oh, yes. Great.
All the Star
Awesome.
Wars announcements at D23. And we talked about how the announcements keep coming, Captain Rickster.
It does, yes.
And as a lot of you know, I put on my Facebook page, Jon Favreau was interviewed by MTV News.
Right, he was, yes.
And he brought up Caravan of Courage again in the Ewok movies.
Yes, he did.
He talked about how important that was. He talked about even a holiday special, about how he wants to make fans happy, and he's a fan as well. You know, it really sounds like Jon Favreau really is a big Star Wars fan and geek and nerd like all of us.
Oh, yes. I'd like to see a new Ewok adventure come out.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I mean in the animated section, not
That
the,
would be
not
well. They
in
did
the
the TV show, the Ewoks and Droids Hour, which was cool.
It didn't last very long though.
Yeah, it only had a couple seasons, like 2
Yeah.
seasons or something like that. But yeah, it would be cool if they did an Ewok live action Ewok series,
Yeah, that would
because
be
you know
great.
ABC originally, after the first Caravan of Courage, ABC originally wanted George Lucas to do a television series with the Twanis
That's true.
in
he
the
did,
Ewoks.
Yes.
And he said no. Okay, it would be too much work for it. We'll just do the movies. And then you saw what he did with most of the Twani family in a second when
Yeah.
he killed all of us. Although we never see Mace die, so
That's definitely true.
we just see him blow up.
You see him talking though.
Right now you do.
Yes.
It would be, you know, I just want to say, Jon Favreau, if by some chance you hear this podcast or see this interview, I just want to say thank you. Not just because you're mentioning the Ewok stuff, but because you really, truly are a fan and you're bringing up stuff we all want, like that Mandalorian, that weapon he
Yeah,
has from Boba Fett, from the holiday special. You're bringing back some of the Ewok creatures as well, the Blurg, which has a name now. Before I used to say it was that thing the Marauders were riding on top of.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah. So thank you, Jon Favreau. Thank you, Dave Filoni, as well, because you're a big help. And it looks like we're more excited to see The Mandalorian.
Yes, it should be coming out good.
And yeah, so that interview came out this week, and I shared it on all the social media. Jon Favreau talking about how he really likes the Ewok movies, and now it's time to just say they're canon and stop all this debate. And I don't want to get into a long dissertation about that, but I've said this many times. You can't say the Ewok movies are not canon, and you can't say they're legends, and you can't say they were part of the EU because George Lucas wrote the stories.
That's right.
Lucasfilm produced those movies, so
That's very true.
they are canon. So
Very
end of
much,
debate.
yes, end of debate.
If
yes.
that's the case, then Star Wars is not canon. Let's just say nothing's canon, right?
That's right.
Let's go back to Facebook and catch back up with what's going on here. Yes. Virginia says that Disney needs an Ewok Adventures ride.
That's
That'd be
true.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, George Lucas was about his children. Kevin says George Lucas was all about himself. Well,
No,
he was
more
about
his children,
yeah, he was
anything else.
he was concerned about being a good daddy, and he made those Ewok movies for his daughter Amanda Lucas at the
Yes,
time.
At the time.
And she was the same age as Sindel, Aubrey Miller, and that's why the main reason why the second movie had Sindel in it, because Sindel was her hero. If she had been a teenager, then maybe she, would have liked Mace a little bit more. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Kevin says, have I ever seen the fan-made Boba Fett film? I've heard about it, Kevin. I haven't seen it, but I have heard about it. So D23, we're still coming down off of that high,
Oh, no kidding.
and all
What a
the
high that was.
all the announcements that keep coming week after week. It's been weeks now, and they keep announcing new stuff.
Yeah, they're even announcing a little bit about Phase 6 from Marvel. That right now is a rumor.
What? Phase 6?
Phase 6. They're talking. It's a rumor that X-Men and the Avengers, or the Avengers and X-Men, are going to fight each other. We'll have to wait and see. I bet that's going to talk for quite a while, though, too. But it also came out in the comic book series in 2015 when the Avengers and X-Men fought in the actual comic book after Civil War, after the Endgame.
Right. Well, we know you know everything about comic books. That's why you're the comic book guru. And by the way, everybody, we need to get, Virginia wants to get on my case and fire me. But Virginia, you need to fire Captain Rickster because where's his show? Comic Mania. Okay, so this next week, I have a mission for you, Captain Rickster.
Okay.
This week, I need you to sit down with me so we can plan out your show.
Yes.
And how we're going to do it so that sometime this month you start Comic Mania.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I think everybody out there wouldn't mind having a comic book podcast. Are you guys into comic books? Anybody out there into comic books? Okay. Silence.
Here's the silence. I see
Crickets.
nobody writing nothing quite quick. I think I just lost my show.
No, you didn't. Everybody wants to see one. But sometimes it takes a few seconds for them to type something. Virginia says, and yes, Virginia, I would love to give a huge shout out to the 501st Legion in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, cool. I love all the work you guys are doing out there. You guys do a lot for the community. I love the 501st. Big shout out to you guys in Albuquerque. Shout out to the whole organization as well. Al Bean, who started the 501st. Love you guys. I'm a lot of people don't know this, or maybe you do because I have a big mouth. But I'm a big stormtrooper lover.
Yes, he is.
And I wouldn't I know we always all of us guys always joke about bringing back the Ewok movies and Mace and whatever. I would love more than anything to put on a stormtrooper, even a 501st outfit, and do a cameo as a 501st stormtrooper or any stormtrooper. That I would love to do and not tell anybody about it.
That's
well,
true,
actually,
yeah.
I got a big mouth, so I'll probably tell everybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being one of the suits myself. But hey, I'm no actor.
That would be fun. No, you could do it, Captain Rickster. Come on, be positive.
I'll be the only goofy one around.
But you know what? Hey, at least maybe you could shoot straighter than most of those 501st guys because they can't shoot.
They can't shoot. That's for sure.
They can't shoot and a lot of people don't know this, and I'm not supposed to say this, but Captain Rickster was a sniper.
No, don't tell me.
Oh, wait. What? I didn't say that, did I?
No. Don't say that out loud.
Okay, that's right. I'm not allowed to say that.
No.
Let's just say you would shoot straight.
I would shoot straight, and most people would, yes.
And then we'll leave it at that.
With no fear.
Yes. Boy. Let's just say he is a veteran, and we'll leave it at that.
That's good enough.
Okay, so let's talk about Better Than Us. Let's talk about this, everybody. Yes. Have any of you out there seen Better Than Us? Just I'm going to let you guys weigh in to see if anybody out there has seen Better Than Us. Give it a few seconds. Also, while you're at it,
yes.
Give me a second here.
Okay. We're all hanging.
Just want to give everybody a few seconds to see if anybody has a comment about it. Okay, let's go ahead and Virginia's seen Better Than Us. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this review of Better Than Us. And while I start this review, and I'm going to try to do this more often so that I get my job done and I'm not fired, but I have a review. If you want to, you could go ahead and click. I just gave you this is to our website, AllForSciFi. And you could click on this review. You could do it now or do it later. But I actually have a written review.
Well, somebody gave it 2 stars.
No, you can't. It's cropped off. Okay, so let's go ahead and that's not 2 stars. Okay, let's go ahead. So there might be some spoilers here, but in the real world, when people gave movie reviews, they talked about the movie. If you're thinking back in the past with, At the Movies, remember that show with Siskel and Ebert?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay, well, they talked about it. I'm not going to give away all the spoilers, but let's go ahead and talk about Better Than Us. Now, Better Than Us is, of course, it's touted as an original Netflix series. It's basically about artificial intelligence and robots. I guess it's set in the future. I have no idea, but it's set. The place is Russia.
Right.
Okay.
It has to be in the future because there's nothing
Well,
Well,
of course,
having-
it has to be. Good point, Captain Rickster. It has to be set in the future because we don't have robots like that now.
Not yet. Getting
Okay,
there.
but the main storyline about Better Than Us is it's about a family that's kind of on the brink of splitting up, and somehow they accidentally, unwittingly become the owners of this robot named Marissa, who is hiding and running from the corporation, which is Kronos, is the big corporation who is trying to dissect her and mass produce her to the world as the new super bot. She could do anything and everything, and she's she's the first robot that could kill,
Right.
which they talked about, and she actually kills someone escaping from the corporation because the idiot was trying to rape her when she was trying to recharge.
That's true.
So she ends up killing this Kronos employee to escape. And as she's running, she kind of runs into this family. And she's found by the little daughter.
Right.
Georgie's daughter what was her name? Sonia.
Sonia.
Who was played by a young girl. She runs into her and Sonia becomes her first user, and then eventually she gets caught by the brother and she bribes the brother not to tell the father about it because he's skipping school and coming home early, and the brother's good, he keeps a secret, but eventually she gets found out, and as the story continues and progresses, it actually has a really nice underlying message, kind of about the importance of family and being united as a family. And to me, that is this series' best message.
Right.
Here you have this robot named Marissa who longs to, and at one point, after she's discovered finally by the dad as well, she says her family's complete.
Right.
Right? So that's really what it's all about. And it's a pretty good show. I like the show. My biggest gripe with this is the fact that it's being touted as an original Netflix series, and it's not. It's obviously some show produced in Russia that Netflix bought. And my second biggest gripe, and the biggest one of all, is that sometimes because it's dubbed, the dubbing's bad, of course, in spots. Overall, the main actors are okay, but we're losing something. I think we're losing something in this translation. I think whoever translated it and did that type of work, they're really messing up because some of the things they say, we wouldn't speak to somebody that way.
No, we wouldn't.
And it comes across as bad dialogue writing, comes across as bad acting. I'm sure, and that actress who plays Sonia, the little girl, she comes across very whiny at times. She kind of has this kind of voice like this, and it almost sounds like a guy trying to pretend to do her voice.
Right.
Yeah, I talk like a little kid, and I'm dubbing and doing some voiceover work right now. And this is my friend, and she talks like this. And and all the kids kind of talk like this too. Even the little girl in the last episode who calls Georgie uncle, it sounds like the same girl dubbing two different voices.
So,
Yeah, I know. Huh?
So that is my big pet peeve, is as I said, the dubbing's bad in spots, but overall, I really, really like this. I like the special effects. I like the science fiction, the CGI work. All that stuff's top notch. The camera work is great. The editing's great. The main actors are pretty good as well on the dubbing. It's just some of the smaller parts, I had issues with it, and some of the bit roles. It sounds like they didn't cast them right, and the acting comes across bad, and a bad dialogue translation is the issue I have with it. So, being that as it's said, we at AllForSciFi have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars, right?
Yep.
And as all of you know, there's only one movie that got 5 stars this year, and it's
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame is the
it.
only movie of the year that we gave a 5-star rating.
So far.
So, Better Than Us, because of the redeeming quality and the message about family and unity, because of the good special effects, and because They actually did 16 episodes and didn't try to fool us and do like 8 or 10. They almost did a full season.
Yep.
Because of all that, I'm going to go ahead and give it 3.75 stars. I didn't give it 4 because I don't think it quite climbs up to that level, but it's definitely worth seeing. I think everybody should go see it. And as you know, if it's 3 or below, you don't have to go, or you don't have to watch it if it's on Netflix. So everybody go ahead and watch Better Than Us. I think you'll be entertained. It had some really, really good moments in it. Go watch it just so you could hear me do the voiceover as a girl.
Hi, everybody.
So you could hear me do that. And thank you, Virginia. I'm back on Facebook Live. Virginia says I sound cute as a little girl.
He does, trust me.
Yeah, so maybe I should get into voiceover work. Who knows?
He practices around here a lot.
Are you telling secrets about me, Captain
No,
Rickster?
no, I didn't. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean it.
Yeah, that you wish, buddy. Anyway, Better Than Us, definitely worth seeing. I kind of want to see season 2.
Yeah.
So obviously, it captured my attention enough that I want to see the second season. So definitely go watch it. It's more than just a filler. It's entertaining as well. So, okay, guys, this has been a lot. This has been a great day, everybody on Facebook Live. We're going to come back to you, and thank you, Virginia, for saying I should do some voiceover work. So, yeah, that would be great. I would love to do that. I would love to do some voiceover work. Hey, maybe I could do some voiceover work and some of the Star Wars stuff. That would be great, too. So, if anybody out there is hearing this, I would like to do some voiceover work. If Matthew Wood ever clicks on this, you do a lot of the voiceover stuff over there at Lucasfilm. Matthew, I would be down if you wanted me to come and do some looping, like in the Lucasfilm story group. So if you're seeing this, give me a call. I think it would freak everybody out if you had the original Mace do some dialogue and something coming out soon, right?
Oh, yes. It would be great.
Yeah. Okay, so, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Oh, let's talk a little bit about, let's do a quick recap of all the movies that we did this year. If anybody has to leave, we understand. We'll catch you next week. But let's go ahead and do a recap of all the movies that we've done this year. And we've done a few. So, and as you know, we don't just give like I mentioned earlier, we don't give everything 5 stars.
No, we don't.
We're not, things have to earn it. So we started off with a 5-star movie. When we set up this AllForSciFi channel, website, podcast, everything, the first movie, you remembered the first movie we did was a 5-star. It was Avengers Endgame. So
That's right.
So Avengers Endgame started our channel. It came out with a bang.
Right.
And
good bang too at that.
It did. In Avengers Endgame, we talked about it. It starts where Infinity War leaves off. We have Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr. In case some of you don't know this, a lot of you do know this, I played Robert Downey Jr.'s brother in Less Than Zero. This was long before he became Tony Stark or before he was Iron Man. So it starts off with Tony Stark in space, and then he's stranded in space with Nebula.
Yep.
And he's given a final message, a tearful thing, to Pepper Potts, played by Gwyneth Paltrow. And they think they're going to die, and then right as they're about ready to have no more air, dun dun dun, Captain Marvel saves the day. So
yeah, that's right.
But Avengers Endgame on every level hit it out of the park.
Oh, of course it did.
Go ahead.
One of the best movies I've seen probably in 20 years.
Yeah, it was. And one of the things that I liked seeing was that cool Easter egg when they had Howard the Duck come on and do that cameo.
Yeah. I remember that, yeah.
That was pretty cool, too.
Yep.
So we started off with that, and as I said, that is the only movie that has earned 5 stars this year.
Yep.
Nothing else. And then we saw Dark Phoenix. Remember Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, I remember Dark Phoenix.
And Dark Phoenix, I know I got a lot of people talking crap about it, but I like Dark Phoenix.
It was good, but it could have been better.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It wasn't a Marvel production. It was a Fox production, and Fox just doesn't know how to do it right. They did it right with Spider-Man, but they haven't done it right with any of the other ones they've had.
Sure. Okay. Well, in Dark Phoenix, I gave it a pretty high rating. I actually enjoyed it. I think we gave it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, we did.
You gave it a lower rating like now, but
yeah.
And then Captain Rickster, your favorite.
Oh, yes. Godzilla.
We went from that to Godzilla. Yes. And
that was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy Godzilla as much as you did, though.
I know. You only gave it a 4.0, but I gave it a 4.5.
Right.
At the time.
It's true. Well, I mean, I thought there was too much fighting with the creatures.
Well, wait till you see the one with King Kong. You haven't seen any fighting yet.
There you go. Well, we got that to look forward to. This coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out next year in 2020.
Right. And then we already talked about this already. Then we went to Aladdin.
Right.
We don't need to go about that. Early in the podcast, we talked about Aladdin, and we could refer to that. But it got a 4-star from us. And then another movie that I almost gave it 5 stars, but John Wick 3.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of stuff this year. We've had a lot of movies.
Yep.
Yeah. And then last week we talked about Dark Crystal.
Yeah,
so
the TV show.
Now, Dark Crystal, I'm sorry, guys. It's not the popular opinion, but it bored me. I fell asleep.
So did I. It wasn't like, wow.
The episodes were too long. If they were 30-minute episodes, it would have been much better. My biggest problem with it is there's no human element, not enough human element in it. You don't see human people. It's all puppets.
Not like the old movie. Back in the 80s, they had people in along with the puppets.
I'm not too sure that it did. I was trying to look at clips on that, and I didn't see anybody. So we keep confusing Dark Crystal with Labyrinth.
Labyrinth, that's true, yeah. That's definitely true.
Yeah, so, and they're two different movies. Made by, I think, Jim Henson's crew did it as well, but they're different movies. One had David Bowie and that chick from Rocketeer, Jennifer Connelly, in it.
Connelly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then we also talked about Angels Fallen. That is a good movie. Angels Fallen's a good movie. That was
very good, yes.
And
what did we rate that one at?
We gave that over 4 stars, I think. We gave it 4 stars.
I think so too, yeah, because it was actually a really, really good movie.
It was. It was a good movie.
But remember, we watched Men in Black International before that.
Yes. That's another movie we did, Men in Black International.
Mm-hmm.
And another movie we did was the Lion King remake.
Oh, yeah. That was actually pretty good, too. I think we gave that a 4-star also.
Yeah. So it's been a great year for movies, guys. Look at all this we've done and doing this recap with Stranger Things 3.
That was a good, too.
That was a good movie. So, a television show, sorry. And Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, we should have gave that one a 5 because that was actually pretty good.
No, I don't think we can't give everything a 5. I think we have to have high standards. What did we give Spider-Man? Do you remember?
4. I think we gave it a 4.0.
Okay. Yeah.
I gave it a 4.5, but you gave it a 4.0, I think.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I really liked Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
And I have a review online if you guys want to go. I gave it over 4 stars. I gave it 4.25 stars.
That's right. And I gave it a 4.5.
Yeah. But, I reviewed it as well. That's the other thing, you guys. If you guys want to read written reviews as well, you guys could go. Yeah, you guys could go there. You guys could go there and I almost turned it off, the podcast off.
That's not good.
Here, I just posted my Spider-Man Far From Home review if you guys want to read that since we were talking about it. Going back to Facebook Live, Bob Odding says, what about Shazam? Yeah, we had Shazam as well.
Yeah, we saw that one too.
We reviewed Shazam, so...
That was actually good also for a DC movie.
It was great.
It was great. The only thing I missed was Aquaman. I didn't get to see that one, so we never did get the chance to review it.
I think that was before we started the podcast because we started around the time Avengers Endgame came out.
Yeah, because we didn't do Infinity War either as a podcast.
And we didn't do Captain Marvel either.
No, we didn't.
Captain Marvel was just before we started the podcast.
Yeah, just before, yes.
So we weren't able to do that. But we've done most of this, and that was definitely this year for sure.
Yes. It was.
So, but yeah, we did a Shazam review. We also talked about a lot of the news and updates coming out, which, the Clone Wars Season 7.
There wasn't much for science fiction for this month so far. I mean, it's kind of dead right at the moment. But
just the Netflix stuff.
Next month for sci-fi movies is actually really pretty good.
Yeah, next month we have, actually it's not that next month, it's this month. We're in September, buddy.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, this month,
the 20th of
the 20th of this month, we have Ad Astra, which is Brad Pitt's movie, and it looks good.
A good one, yes.
It's already looking good. I'm already starting to like what I see.
Yeah.
And at first I thought that the name of the movie Ad Astra was weird. It's why is this movie called Ad Astra? It's like kind of strange. It's like, are they gonna have a bunch of advertising in it or something?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
But then I looked up. And in Latin, Ad Astra means to the stars.
Yep.
So now it makes sense.
Yes, to the stars.
Now it totally makes sense. And it's been just an incredible year we've had with you guys.
Oh,
and
yes.
thank you so much for being with us. By the way, this is episode 16.
Yep.
And we're almost done with our first season.
Yep.
And then we're gonna start our sex season. Our
sex season.
Our sex season. Where's my mind?
I know.
Cut that one out.
No kidding.
Of the podcast. Tell where my mind's at tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm getting excited too for the LA.
Smacking again.
LA convention was coming out in November. I think we're going.
Oh yeah, let's make the announcement too here while we're talking. We are going to cover the LA Comic Con.
Yes.
Which is in October.
Yes, next month.
Yep. So we're going to be there. We're going to be there. I've got press passes.
Yes.
So we're going to be interviewing a lot of the stars. So if you guys want to look up LA Comic Con online, if there's anybody there you want us to get a quick interview with, I think Edward Furlong's going to be there.
I think so too, yes. Actually, there's a lot of good people are going to be there.
Elijah Wood,
mm-hmm.
A bunch of really big people are going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to be covering that event. So that's going to be great.
Yes, we'll try to get some comic artists too in the interviews also.
Yeah, at the D23, I interviewed Jason Palmer.
Yeah, that was cool.
which we're going to have come on our YouTube page here in the next few weeks, and that was pretty cool.
Yes.
He had a lot. Right. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that, Virginia.
What's that?
We're not going to become a porn cast.
No.
No,
we're not going to do that.
We're definitely family-oriented type of people.
You got that right.
Yeah, but the interview with Jason Palmer was great.
Yes, it was.
We had a really good time. We talked, and he had some interesting insights about Jason Palmer. In case you guys didn't know, he did the at Celebration Chicago. He did the big mural that highlighted that was hung at Celebration Chicago that everybody was flipping out about. That had covered the entire Star Wars franchise up to this point. That big, huge mural. That was the artwork of Jason Palmer.
Minus the Ewok stuff.
No, he didn't have the Ewok movies there, but he had Wicked on there, so he did have an Ewok on there.
He did have that on there, yes, he did.
But he told us, because I asked him, of course I'm going to ask him, why didn't you put Caravan of Courage on there? It's part of Star Wars. And he told me that Lucasfilm had everything laid out for him on what to draw and what to add, which different characters and stuff. So he was hired by Lucasfilm, so he's going to draw what they put in front of him. But he had heard about the Ewok movies, and he's a really big fan of Drew Struzan, who did that poster behind us.
Yes.
That's a Drew poster, and he was mentored by Drew, so he had a lot of nice things to say about him. And Drew not only did that poster, but he did almost all of the 1980s posters.
Right.
Like the Back to the Future, all the Indiana Jones, all the Star Wars posters from the 80s. Those are all drawn by Drew, who did the Caravan of Courage poster that you could see hanging there.
Even the 3 days we were there, that his booth was always busy.
Well, he was selling all his artwork because he draws everything. He doesn't draw just Star Wars. I mean, that was a gig he got for Celebration Chicago, but he draws all the Marvel stuff. He draws DC. He will draw everything.
Yes, he even does Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, everything. Nothing's off limits for him to draw, which is great. So check out his website. It's at jasonpalmer.net. Is it artist.net?
I think, yeah.
Well, if you just go to Google and type in Jason Palmer, you'll find his website as well. Oh, thank you, by the way, Bob. Coming back to Facebook Live. Bob posted the thing for LA Comic Con, which we're going to be covering.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
I see. Yeah, Elijah Wood, which I mentioned. Ron Perlman's going to be there.
I can't wait to meet him.
From Hellboy. Tom Kenny from SpongeBob SquarePants. Doug Jones. Gerald Way, Drake Bell, Felicia Day, Jonah Ray. Let's see who else. It's got quite a few big names there.
Yes, they do.
So I'm excited.
Ooh.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
Well, yeah,
He does every convention, though.
Yeah, I know.
He's a good guy, though. I like him. Some
Yes.
people have said that he's not so nice, but I don't care. Everybody's nice to me.
That's true.
The way I look at things in life, everybody, is your energy is what creates the other energy around you. So if you're nice to everybody, they're going to be nice to you.
That's definitely true.
And I've heard things about Lou, but I sat next to Lou Ferrigno at a convention at WonderCon.
Yes, WonderCon.
When I was there with Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca. Remember, Peter sat next to me, and Lou was on the other side, on the right side.
Right.
So, but Peter and I had a great time too, and I love Peter Mayhew.
Unfortunately,
he's no longer with us.
No.
And I love Angie. Shout out to Angie.
Yep.
She's a great person, and they're doing a lot of really good work with the Peter Mayhew Foundation. And a lot of times I will donate. I've done this a few times. I didn't tell him, but I've sent a lot of my extra money. I've sent it to the Peter Mayhew Foundation.
Right.
So he deserves it. Well, everybody, that is a recap. Well, everybody, that's a recap of all the movies we've done so far this 2019, and it's been a great year.
Yep. And
So,
don't forget the TV shows, too.
and all the TV shows we did.
Yes.
Wow, we've done a lot of work.
Yes, we have.
So be sure to go to our website, AllForSciFi.com, if you want to read any of the reviews that we've written, or if you want to watch movie trailers of the latest movies coming out. We have first look and behind-the-scenes videos as well. We announce breaking news as it happens in the sci-fi world.
Yep.
Be sure to go to our website, AllForSciFi.com. Bookmark us now, because you're going to want to go back to the website all the time so that you stay up to date with everything and all things sci-fi, because we cover everything sci-fi.
Yes, we do.
Also, be sure to go to YouTube and subscribe, because all of our videos, we're going to continue to post videos of events we cover, like D23, like the event we're covering next month, LA Comic Con. Next year, we're going to be at Celebration here in Anaheim. We're going to be covering that. So be sure to go to our YouTube page, All4Sci-Fi at YouTube. Click subscribe, click the bell so that you're notified every time we post a new podcast or a new video. Everybody, it's been great.
Yes, it has been.
Thank you, guys. Everybody, it's been a whole hour that we've done this. This is a long podcast, but we wanted to do a recap of everything we've done so far this year. Thank you, everybody. We hope we've entertained you. We thank all of you out there. Be sure to tell all your friends about us.
Most
In the next
definitely.
couple months, we're going to announce a bunch of contests and giveaways of like this hat
Right.
and shirts that we're having made right now. So definitely make sure you stay tuned to our Facebook or and our website as well to find out the contest and how to enter them. And thank you, everybody. I want to give a quick shout out to Virginia Canyon. She is one of our moderators for All4Sci-Fi. She's been with us since the very beginning. We love you, Virginia.
Yes, we do.
Thank you for helping us. Everybody give a great shout out to Virginia. She's been very helpful in helping us. Also, we got to mention our sponsors, Order 66 Toys. They've been with us since the beginning. They have a great Friday night show. They are like family as well. My shout out to my other community, the community of Star Wars collectors, Steve Spoltor. You guys are like family now too. If you want to join a great Facebook group, the community of Star Wars collectors, the CSWC, they are where it's at. That's right here. See? Here's their logo.
Yep.
The community of Star Wars collectors. Shout out to Steve Spoltor and everybody there. So check them out as well on Facebook. They are the largest, and I mean the largest, Facebook group in the world of Star Wars collectors. So make sure you go there and become a part of that group. Thank you, everybody. I'm Eric Walker.
I'm Captain Rickster.
And everybody have a great week. Stay blessed. Take care of each other.
That's right.